equipment-wise, that's the most I would do, because I don't want to mess with, like, the core, like, the core rules and such.
Mm-hmm. So they've been making a lot of those recently. Isn't there like a Transformers one as well?
I think that was actually one that they had out before this one, and they're working on a G.I. Joe role-playing game. I mean, more power to them.
Yeah.
Not what I would do, though. Yes, boop. Ah.
Has anyone I know actually I know River's been doing it. Have you I have words. Uh have you guys been watching AGDQ?
No, I honestly don't really watch AGDQ much. I don't
Oh.
really know any particular people I would watch, I guess.
So you're more focused. You care more about the runners than the games, then.
Typically, yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Oh, so you like to do VOD? That's fair.
Yeah, like, for a long time I used to watch a streamer named Patty, but he's usually not streaming whenever I'm awake.
The eternal curse.
Like,
Yeah.
he's American, but he keeps god-awful hours.
I'm a stream at 4 in the morning. This is what the night shift does. Night shift does to you, people.
Yeah.
Okay, we are all good. Okay, so yeah, for as far as that, I've only really recently started watching speedruns this year, and I don't really watch any streamers. I tried watching like Grand Pooh Bear, but I really can't watch anything live, to be honest.
That's fair.
Yeah. I also want to, speed run something, but I don't know what.
You can't speedrun anything worth shit.
I will speed run D&D. Okay, you're alive and now you're dead. Okay, done. Nah. So let's get a whole recap. Let's get into this. Let's address the elephant in the room. Twisty is no longer here, or she will be here from the time to time. Is what I gathered. She'll be here when she can. She got a promotion at work, and I wish her the best.
I'll wish her the best.
Yeah.
We're gonna miss her at the table, but life always comes first.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Twisty played Cinder. What is going to happen with the character is she is going to be staying behind in any adventures and pretty much taking care of the store or the shop and doing things for her god, which is the god of symmetry.
She is the pseudo muscle.
Yeah.
Both muscles must be equally large, or she can't go out and do things.
Well, then she's also keeping scumbags out of our coffee shop.
Yeah.
True.
So, With that, let's do a long-ass recap. We have Razzle. Who are you? CG, who are you?
Hello, I am the Goblin Razzle. I am a wizard of sorts. I'm a bit of a sarcastic, put-upon individual, and I have a living spell book. It's not as fun as it sounds.
Hmm. What's the spellbook's name?
I don't think I gave it a name.
I don't
Hold
think
on.
so either. It's something like Ozzy or something, but I don't think you gave it a name.
Look, with a name like Ozzy, it better sound like Osborne.
Well, it more sounds like Hoot Hoot or Hootie.
Yeah, it unfortunately knows that that's an annoying voice and likes to use it whenever it wants to bother me.
Alright, Snedix, who are you?
I play the character Zingba. No last name, as far as anyone else knows. He is the... How to put it? He's cunning. He's got a silver tongue. He's good with his blades, but boy is he dumb.
I'd say he's dumb. He negotiated with the ogre. Pretty good.
Yeah, and it pissed off the boss.
Yep, sure did. Anything else?
Yeah, Twitch. And I myself, player, have a Twitch channel. Blah, I can't words. Twitch.tv/Snignyx, SNYGNYX. I don't stream as often as I used to, and I've dropped some of the things I did, but recently I've been going through the Power Rangers tabletop RPG book, and in the future I might not be streaming it, but I will certainly be hosting a game for it.
Cool.
And that's it from me.
Alright. River.
I play Alexori, a trickster cleric, who's very, very quiet in certain situations, and no longer has a place to go home to.
Alright. You also blew up a goblin.
I did.
I want you to keep that. I blew up a goblin. That's what I do.
You didn't blow up a goblin, you freaking Thanos'd it!
Something like that, yeah.
When you inflict wounds, and there are more wounds than flesh.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like, what, 48 necrotic damage?
There's so much damage.
I think it was a crit.
Yes.
Inflict wounds. So that's
Yes.
60-10.
Yeah. Hence why I say she Thanos'd it.
Luxori definitely did some damage.
Facts.
Unmute myself first. Recapping what's been going on, you guys have traveled to the city of Runir's Refuge to seek a new life in each of your own ways. You guys have joined up the Forgotten Coats Guild. After a few missions, you were tackling on a person named Venter. You're trying to find him because he keeps stealing people from the city. Unfortunately, in the last the festival, he stole about 20 people from the city. Now, the owner, Mr. Darby, he has entrusted you with a rundown shop that you are changing into a coffee shop / bar? Tavern?
I don't think we I think it's just like a coffee shop slash
Yeah, it's
pastry.
a coffee shop, cafe.
Cafe. And then, like, you want to do something with that at night, though.
Not that I remember.
Okay, never mind. A cafe. Let's say a cafe. I have given you guys a list of people to interview. We'll go through that in a sec.
Admittedly, I entirely forgot about the list, even though I didn't want to.
It's
I
okay.
forgot to.
Oh, you guys want me to repost it?
It might help.
Okay, I'll repost it. 1 sec.
Here he is. Staff interviews.
Yep. If you can repost that, that'd be great. To speak of what's been going on since last game, it has been 3 weeks. The Captain Burke or Burko was not able to catch up with the boat that you hindered. And Vinter got away. He has not been seen in the last 3 weeks, along with the people he stole. Nobody has come back from that incident. And in the last 3 weeks, you guys hired on people to fix up your shop to where it's more presentable, and it has been repainted. I just haven't uploaded the image yet. It has been repainted to a purple and gold building with fixed glass windows, and now it has tables, and now you are ready to serve. The unfortunate part is you need employees. So,
Yeah.
we are on that day. You guys wake up. Oh, and each of you have received a special item that has some kind of ancient lore to it. Yeah. So you guys wake up and yeah, it is a very, very cloudy day. It has been raining for what seems to be 3 weeks. Almost nonstop, because now it is winter time in this area. It has not been snowing, but there has been some slush in the streets.
Razzle just kind of gets up. Ugh. Wolverine. There. Gets up, kind of gets dressed, buttons up the robe, heads on downstairs. This place is really shaping up. Good, nice. Is anyone around?
No one is around. Let's say you woke
Man.
up first.
Guess I'll start putting on coffee.
Okay.
Head out the back, and I give a stink eye to the pink flamingo in the backyard.
The pink flamingo. There has been a few pink flamingos in your backyard just roosting.
Actual pink flamingos?
Actual
or...
pink flamingos. No, actual pink flamingos. There is a stream. I will say that there is a stream that runs by your shop that occasionally gets small fish, and they eat the small fish.
Interesting.
So they're not as pink, but they're flamingos.
You know, if you weren't an excellent talking point, I would have ousted all of you. He kind of just does that motion at them, and he goes to work making up coffee.
The flamingos just like they look at you and go, "Oh, it's that goblin again." Whatever, and just go about their business. So what are the other of you two doing?
Lexori would be waking up upon smelling coffee.
All right. Oh, each of you have a room, by the way, now, which is surprising to you guys, because you've been rooming with so many people.
Yeah. I imagine Zingbo would be the last one to wake up because, one, he doesn't have to share a room with anybody anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Two, this is probably a fairly comfortable bed, and he does not want to leave, especially in the cold of winter.
Probably. I would assume you guys got new beds.
Yes.
Yes.
Fix
so,
Fix
guys-
that Titanic hole in the floor of one of them.
yeah.
We've probably all decorated our rooms too.
Mm-hmm. You guys do owe Darby a quite a big sum. I'm not going to say how much, but it is a big sum. So, yeah.
Whatever.
This is why we have this.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully we'll be bringing in the revenue pretty soon.
Yep. So, there is a knock at the shop door, like a light knock, like.
Hey, I'm brewing coffee. Could one of you guys get that? Frickin- What even is macchiato? Jeez.
Lexori kind of mumbles, yeah, I got it. And they, kind of, still half asleep, kind of walk over to the door and open it.
Okay. Standing there is the clerk who you met ways ago, who was dealing with the property, and goes, "Yes, I need to talk with the owners today."
Throw a dart. That's any of us. Sorry.
Okay. You guys are coming up on your deadline to interview people for free. After which, you will have to pay a certain fee to get more interviews to the guilds.
Eight.
Do you guys need more time, or this shop looks very good? It looks nice, much better than what it was before.
Yes, we've heard the stories.
Yes,
Quite frankly, if I didn't know it was that place, I would not be shivering in disgust every time I think about it.
Yes. So, a special note from Mr. Darby. You all three can attend the interview. You paid a little bit extra just to have all the three of you there. So, yeah. Also, he says, Zingba, shut up. But, yeah.
So, you know what? Malicious compliance with this one. I won't talk to any of them. I'm just kidding. I think I know what he means. So, yes, I will comply with that. Shut up. Any other shutting up, though, he's going to have to pay me extra.
Okay. Well, I'll see you at the building soon. Just come to the main building for Forgotten Coats, and you ask for who you want to interview, and they're all there today.
Wonderful.
Yes. And he takes his leave.
All right. Well, let's get ourselves cleaned up, fed, and ready to talk to these people.
So, a little mechanic that I have brewed up for this is because I hate money, I hate discussing money, I hate interviews in general. Well, I like interviews, but I hate the discussion of, okay, well, if the party makes this much, we gotta do this. I just hate it.
Yeah.
So each of the person you interview will have a rating of how much they want to be paid. So it's low, high, and medium. So if you want to take a person who wants high pay, you have to take on a person who wants low pay. That's it.
Right.
So, just to put that out there. Um, yes, Sandman, fuck math. Uh, especially since you in my 3-5 game. Yeah. uh, so, yeah. You guys also have extra clothes. You're afforded another bounty for extra clothes, so you can dress proper or dress however you feel like. Along with uniforms, and your shop is pretty much well stocked with ingredients.
Some.
Darby does not waste money, so he stocked it up and expects you to do well.
Oh, we better not disappoint. Then should we?
Mm-hmm. Since it's been a while, can each of you describe your characters?
Certainly. Razzle is a small goblinoid got tread rows that kind of come back into a tail. Not exactly sure what kind of tail it's called. A rather purple and gold kind of wizardly robe, and tends to carry the book that his spell book on his back pretty much at all times.
Zingba is a half elf who looks like he's got a fair bit of drow in his blood. Fairly dark skin, black hair. The human in him has given him very bright green eyes. Uh, Typically bedecked in. He's dressed like a fop. Let's just put it like that. He dresses very well for what he is. But most importantly is, well, not important. Like he always has to wear something purple. It's what he calls his signature color.
Lexori is a tiefling who is non-binary. Has very pretty lavender purple skin and normally will wear some sort of shade of pink makeup. Uh, they seem very more to themselves. Uh, and normally has very intricate black robes with gold accents.
Okay. I just realized like all of you are purple. That's a good thing. I guess.
That it was entirely by accident.
That was
That
entirely by accident. I didn't even realize that.
So no wonder you want the shop to be purple.
It's called theming.
Right. I don't.
All right, here. Let me. Razzle's just kind of like, since I'll be joining you this time, let me take a look at this here list. And he's going to. Why don't we go take a chance to kind of go over our list before we head on over, eh?
Lexori has already been doing that. Lexori kind of peers up and looks over at Razzle. Yes, I've been looking at it too. I can already kind of see who I would like to interview.
I haven't looked at a damn person yet.
Wow,
Well, right
3
off
weeks
the-
and you just go ahead.
right off the top, I don't think we should have a gnome as a bartender because they move around a lot and have to reach very high places.
I agree with that one. Servers. We need for servers, we need someone very personable, someone who can lay on the charm quite thick. No, but not. But again, someone personable, someone who can get regulars coming back. Well, regularly.
Hmm.
Of course, depending on demand, we will need more servers to divvy up tables. But
I'll
we are starting small, so I don't think we'll need too many servers right out the gate.
I did remember above game that we were gonna keep the place open at night. We were gonna have like a bar at night.
I suggest we meet the minimum first, and then see where we go from there.
Right. And as for cooks, well, we of course need someone who can handle the heat and pressure. But also, can actually cook. The important thing is that these people are able to do their jobs, but also able to do them at a level that we can actually be proud of.
I have concerns about this. Erisa, the voiceless, especially as a server. I don't know how literal their name is.
Could ask.
Roll history, if any of you have history.
History!
First roll the new year, and it is a 20.
Good
I have
job,
not heard
Simba.
of this fucking person.
21.
So, Ziba's like, whatever. Nice roll. Razon Licks, you know that while dragon names are given typically for their major trait, it could not actually reflect upon them. It could just be a nickname.
I still think we're gonna have to meet almost all of these actually get a base on if they're capable of doing their job.
Agreed. I mean, we can't just pick and choose from a list of names. Hell, for all we know, the gnome could actually be really damn good at bartending.
That
So
is
much.
fair.
Granted, we will need a step ladder and a step stool.
Maybe
More than
several.
Nudges, n- Razzle nudges Zingba in the kneecaps. Yeah, we already got those about the first week after I couldn't reach up to the countertop.
Oh. So that's why I heard screaming at night.
The frustration of the short, you have no idea.
Right, I don't.
Anyways, I'll tell you who catches my eye, just right off the bat. You notice that they all got a list of what guild they're part of.
Right?
You happen to notice that one of those does not have a guild listed next to them?
No. I actually didn't at first, but now I do. A goblin named Cricket? Interesting. I imagine you're going to be the one to have to... I don't know if they're going to be like you and well-spoken, or if they're going to be like the goblins that we ran into before, and common being not first language or second language, probably a distant third at best.
I don't know neither, but I will say that a employing a goblin certainly sounds like I would be helping a one of my race out a bit, so I can't help but be interested, to say the least.
It's okay, you can use the word bias. I use it all the time.
Even so, uh, that wasn't the only one I was really looking at. Uh, I feel like we could go ahead and get like a nice eclectic mix of everyone. But I'm really concerned. Well, I shouldn't say concerned. I can't help but be excited to interview the cooks because kind of looks over to Luxori. We're gonna have to taste everything they make after all.
Oh, and we're going to have to see what the bartenders can do and how they make the drinks. Fantastic.
I will say that, and again, this is not exactly a point for or against, just merely pointing this out. From everything I've heard, a dwarven bartender sounds like a recipe for good drinks.
Or potential disaster, depending on how hard they are.
Hmm, you're not wrong.
Again, things to worry about for later. We just need to know what they can do, how well they can do it, and of course how hard that's going to affect our bottom line.
Agreed.
Right. So, let me transition, and you guys get over to the main campus.
Oh man, feels like we haven't been here in like a month.
Yeah, because we haven't.
Hey, we're only at 3 weeks. It's a technical over here.
Mm-hmm. So, you go into the building, you talk to the person, the clerk, and they're like, okay. So they bring you to, let's say, like a meeting room where it's a big, large table, kind of sets out mats. Okay, and he goes, and he sets out like a big jug of water for you all. He goes, okay, well, what are the first 3 names?
Well, I say we start at the top and just kind of work our way down.
Let's do one from each role.
That would actually be a better idea, considering we don't want people from the same groups talking over each other and competing.
Oh, I was actually. Oh, sorry. I was actually. Oh, okay. So why don't we do both? We'll start from the top of this list, but from one from each. So Orinola, Dolviel, and Ruby Summers.
Okay, very well. He writes down the list, and they'll be right with you. It'll be one at a time. I just want the first, I just want to be ready,
No worries.
This is fun. I get to be on the other side of the interview process. Hooray. This is what I do every day, by the way.
You do interviews?
I do interviews, yes. Or it's part of my work. And please ignore the crying baby in the background.
Relatable though.
He needs a nap. So, a knock at the door, of course. Polite knock at the door. And in walks a Yanti female. She's wearing stereotypical Congregation of Soul garb, which is a white gown with some gold lacing on it. She looks somewhat young and nods to three of you and goes, "Hello, my name is Orinola, and I'm applying for a cook."
Yes. Please have a seat, if you would.
Okay, she moves over and sits down. Obviously, she's nervous, and they're all going to be nervous. But so,
Okay, you know what? Zingba's going to strike up a bit of small talk, try and get her to loosen up. Be like, he's going to do this to anyone who seems nervous. He's going to be very distinctly trying to get them to loosen up, not be as nervous. Like, this isn't a get them to realize this isn't like going to be a what's the word?
a grill, like grilling questions. Interrogation is what you're looking for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't an interrogation. This is just them trying to see if, if they'll fit.
Right. So, what do you say?
Who wants to lead?
Yeah, I did say Zingba would be trying to get her to loosen up. So, you did say you were applying for a cook. How long have you been cooking, if I might ask?
Well, professionally, not long. I cook at one of the various churches, but I have been cooking most of my life for my family. I specialize in baked goods such as pastries or buns. Cookies.
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
And again, this is going to be Zingba trying to get her to loosen up and feel confident.
Right.
Now, my dear, there is no such thing as... If you ask me, there is no such thing as a professional cook for such a short time if you've been doing it for all your life. Every cook is a professional in their own right. So please, feel more confident in what you do. You've been doing this for quite a long time.
Right. Yeah, so I cook mostly breakfast meals, sausage, ham, and the like.
See. Well, that's definitely something that we need.
Anything from the other two? Other two.
Lexori's definitely like writing down notes.
Just scribbling away.
I, for once, am actually writing things down.
Cool. I'm glad I get players engaged. Razzle?
Now, you said you're primarily focused on the home. Like, you cook from home, that's where you got most of your experience, yes?
Yes.
So, and you are currently cooking for the Congregation of Soul at the moment, yes?
One of the smaller churches, yes.
Let's see. So you are experienced with, multiple orders, perhaps, speed needed for cooking.
Yes, I have a rather large family that I cook for, and some of them can be picky.
Okay. pastry is definitely a strong point to the cafe
Hmm.
that we are aiming to run. So that's a strong point, at least to me. Kind of looks over to Luxori.
I mean, it's definitely a selling point for me.
I,
Thank you.
I, and I can't disagree with my companions.
Hmm.
Of course, there's always room to learn and grow as you learn about the clientele. And I'll admit, if we do come to a consensus in hiring you, I would be very delighted to see how you grow under our roof.
Oh, thank you. The pay is the mid grade pay for myself.
Singba will nod as he looks over to Lex.
Uh, Lex is nodding, still kind of just jotting down notes.
Right. Since she is one of the cooks, she does have a plate that's covered in front of her. That has one of her meals.
Yes, what we were waiting for.
So she kind of like slides it over and opens it, and inside are glazed buns, very plain with some smoked sausage.
Breakfast, I like it.
All right. Well, let's have a piece each of us and see what we think. I guess
Charisma,
Yeah, just
okay.
charisma.
give me that
Oh, that's
charisma
10.
roll.
Hold on.
14.
12.
11.
Okay. Sorry, I'm doing things. Okay, so each of you seem like the interview is going well. None of you have said anything bad. She is quite happy. The food is very average. It's very good, but it's, I would say it's good for home food. It's very good for home food. It's
Which,
a hot
that's not a bad
breakfast,
thing.
glazed buns with butter on them, and sausage.
Yeah, and that's not a bad thing. I mean, again, there's a reason why Zingba said, we can't wait to see how you learn and grow, because that's going to be part of the job, is learning new things.
Great. Okay.
But-
And with that, she will take her leave. These are gonna be
And
quick.
once she's out the door, Zingba will look to the others. So, what do you think?
Lovely selling points. Food is good for homemade food.
Well, yes, that was how she learned, but I am more than willing to give her the benefit of letting her learn new things from how things are here. And I imagine she'll grow a lot more professionally in a professional setting. And sorry,
If I may, average does not necessarily equal bad. After all, we are running a cafe, so food is only one half of the equation. If we had to bring in customers, uh, maybe they don't need to absolutely come for the food. Maybe the food is just kind of a something to nibble on while you're here. Kind of similar to how a bar they have food on the side, yes, but you primarily go for the drink.
course. I will say though, another point in her favor, she was rather polite, and but that's actually something I am going to make sure that we know that our employees have is just good, polite, and pray to the gods that they aren't going to drive me up the god's damned walls.
Okay, so whenever you're ready to move on to the next person, one of you will have to like go out and just say next person, just so I know. Like go out of the room and ask for the next person.
Of course.
Out of game, we have a fourth player for this game.
Nice.
Oh.
It is the person in the chat in Twitch.
Ah, so we have Sandman?
You have Sandman.
Delightful.
So he'll be heading next game.
Awesome. Can't wait to have you, dude.
Yeah.
Sandman is also in my World's Largest Dungeon game, and he freaking hates the math that needs to be done with it.
I mean, fair, it is 3.5, otherwise known as Math Finder.
Yeah.
So,
Anyway, back in the game.
Yep. Zingba will be the one to call in people
Okay.
as he goes over to the door, opens it, and lets out just a gentle next.
As you look down the hall, you will see all of these people waiting for their call.
Ooh.
So you can I'll give you a perception to get any kind of look out there.
14.
It's a bunch of people. Yeah, if you are are you looking for anything specific?
Specifically, he is... Think. In particular, he is looking for people, to see what people are looking overconfident.
Okay. Overconfidence would be coming from a satyr. A male satyr.
I fucking knew it would be. Fucking satyrs.
But you also see a dark elf out there as well, being very confident. Or sorry, drow, I should say. I'm used to-
Drow, dark elf, same thing.
Yeah, same thing. Okay, so what comes up is a very, very large man, a Goliath, and he is dressed in a button-up shirt, suspenders, and trousers. It is very plain look. He is large. He is large. His white shirt is being stretched, and he comes up with his platter of, let's say, well, it's a closed platter, but you assume it will be cocktails.
Gotcha.
And goes, "Hello, I am Doviel of Renier's Guild."
Yes, we've would we have seen him around before? Actually, no, wait, no, never mind. Wrong guild.
Wrong guild.
Right. I don't know why. We are Forgotten Coats. My bad.
Yeah, you're good. He takes his seat, and as he sits, like, the whole room kind of shakes.
Well, certainly an impression to be made there.
I am a bartender. I've been bartender for 10 years. Over...
Years.
Yes. Over in Ruinier's Guild. Me and the owner split ways, so to speak.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. We have no bad blood. We just had an argument, and we decided to go our ways.
Understandable. So, Zingbo will actually make a mental note of that. So, you said you've been bartending for 10 years now. What got you interested in bartending?
Well, it is very fun to mix up the drinks and show off in front of a crowd, but mostly mixing up the drinks is fun. Shaky, shaky.
Sorry. Okay, hold on.
What?
Big guy, just this
Yeah.
big giant dude just saying shaky, shaky.
Yeah.
Okay, first off, Zigba is just beaming like an idiot because he knows what this guy's. He knows how this guy feels. He knows what he likes showing off. Though, for a crowd is debatable because if he showed off for a crowd, he would likely get arrested. I mean, I'm sorry. Do people forget that he is not that kind of bard?
Well, you said you're not that kind of bard. You said you're a charlatan.
Yes, he's a liar and a cheat. But anyway, so Zingba is grinning like a freaking idiot.
Oh, okay.
Because
Razzle and Lex.
Razzle will look to him. So you are, you like to, entertain while you, I guess entertain would be the word, while you mix your drinks. Could you perhaps, give a demonstration of that?
Oh,
Or...
certainly. He picks up one of those shaker things, and let me give a roll. One sec. So he starts shaking it up, and then he starts like twirling it around in his hands. It's very large hands. He throws it up and, trying to give a show. It's good, but you can tell he can do better. He kind of almost drops it at the end though, and then he sets it down.
the fact that we see that he can do better is indicative of, something that I feel would be really good. He just needs time. I wouldn't say he needs practice, but in a less stressful environment, that is an interview. But again, things to be discussed for later. Anyway,
Great. He sets it down and he pours out drinks. He opens the lid off of the drinks, and you can see there are 3 glasses. One is a martini, very straight. The second one is a tall glass with a rainbowy fusion going on inside of it. And the third one is clear. These are my drinks.
All right, let's have ourselves a look at each then, shall we?
Well, Razzle's just gonna kind of nudge Lexori a little bit and just kind of whisper, "Do you have anything else you wanted to ask?"
They kind of nod their or shake their head no.
Okay. Always want to give
Raz-
people say, Go ahead.
Razzle will grab the clear glass.
Okay. Do you smell it?
Oh, of course.
Okay. You smell it? You smell nothing.
He'll give a light sip.
Roll con.
Never clear, isn't it?
Let's see.
12.
It hits you hard. It's like you take a sip, you're like, oh god, this was not water.
Oh, this is way early in the morning for this.
You like shake your head like, oh okay. That's he goes, that is my secret drink. It is it gives a wallop. You ask for the wallop.
Oh, I like this one already.
I think I'll opt out of the other two after what this one did.
Okay.
Dingba will go for the rainbow-colored drink.
Alright. Go for con.
All right, give me just a second. Con roll. Whoop.
2.
21.
How in the oh. I thought it landed on 2.
Is it because of the 3D dice?
The 3D dice, it landed on 2 and then it rolled back.
Oh, yeah. Trust me, I've had weird things like that before with the 3D dice. Like, it will have rolled like an 8. Again, it would have rolled like an 18, but then I would have got, the roll would have come up as a 4.
It's all good. You drink it. It is very sugary. It certainly is full of sugar. It tastes like cotton candy.
Ooh. And what is this lovely concoction called?
That is Rainbow Arc. Very
Axe.
strong. Very strong.
Yes, but I am more interested in how you got the colors to swirl together like that. Because that
Secret
is
recipe.
fair enough. But I will definitely say, though, it is very eye-catching. It's very sweet, like... I don't know how to put it, but it is very sweet. I particularly enjoy sweeter drinks than bitter.
Right. Outside of this, I will say that the bartenders in stereotypical tavern or pub would have to also be the bouncers. So just throwing that out there.
Thus, we would need someone tough.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least a good mix of skilled and tough, along with,
Yeah, if you're not hiring bodyguards, which you cannot because you don't have the funds, you need a good bartender / server to kick people out.
Yep.
So, Lex.
Lexori, I guess, will take the last one and smell it first.
All right, what was that one again? I freaking forgot.
I can't remember either.
Oh my gosh. There's clear one. There was a rainbow one. Fuck it. The third one was gold. It smells like cider.
Lexori will take a small sip.
Go ahead and roll.
Is it a con save or just Constitution?
That's just Constitution. I've been messing this up.
Of course it's me to get the first nat one.
Fortunately, that is the least amount of alcohol in the drink. It's still very, very strong. You do not like the taste. He goes, oh, that one is, only certain people like that one. Those who work in docks. We're used to
So
salt.
it's a working man's drink, so to speak.
Yes.
I like that. So, a little something for everybody.
But you definitely see Lexoria wrinkle their nose.
Yeah, it's like a strong IPA for you.
Which, I mean, is fitting with me as a person because I can't stand, like, ales or cider or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Yeah. He goes, I am from Runir's guild. I expect the high grade of pay.
No. Alright. And I know, might not be the best thing to ask, but it was brought up. You did say that you had a disagreement with your former business partner, yes?
Yes. He wanted me to let's say add more alcohol than needed to drinks.
And any particular reason for that?
Get people drunk, spend more.
Now see, now, while that is the idea of a business to make money, there is a certain integrity that I think we would be looking for. And I think you have passed that with flying colors.
Thank you. He gives a wide bow.
If I may ask something.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you are going to be the bartender, you are also expected to serve as a bouncer, if need be.
If need be, yes.
How qualified do you feel on that front?
Kind of takes a look at himself, like flexes a bit. Very. He gives you like a
I didn't
grin.
want to assume. You guys got anything else?
I have nothing else to bring to the table.
Okay. Lex?
Lexori kind of extends their hand to shake
Okay.
Gil's.
Alright, he shakes her hand. He has a very strong grip, as you could see, and he takes his leave.
As he kind of steps out. Oh, you're definitely paying for quality with that one.
Yes, and we would have to figure out and adjust prices accordingly. But he does seem to have a little bit of something for everybody, which I like. Plus, he brings experience to the table. And for any future bartenders that we may hire, he's definitely going to be good for training, for helping train them.
Oh, definitely.
Who knows? If he has experience, he might have patrons that are loyal to him too.
There is that, yes.
Especially after bartending for 10 years.
Very strong candidate, I think, with this one. Obviously, we're gonna keep going, but at the moment, I think the only thing really setting it apart is the price tag.
Yep, you do.
Yes,
have
that
to,
is true.
You do have to hire a low income person to get him.
Shall we bring in the next one?
Yep.
All right.
And Zingbo will go and call them in.
All right. Next up is Ruby Summers. Who remembers Ruby Summers?
I believe I do. Hold on.
Can I roll for history to see if I remember?
I thought it was her.
Mm-hmm. It's the Wizard's Apprentice.
Oh.
So in walks Ruby Summers, except she looks very different in this. She has dressed up in a nice suit vest or blouse and vest. She has her hair up, which is like a purpley red hair up in a bun, and she is wearing glasses at this point.
Oh, very professional.
She goes, "Yes, hi.
Oh, good to see you again.
Yes, good to see you three as well."
Wasn't expecting to... Admittedly, I wasn't expecting to see you.
Yes, well, admittedly, this would be a part-time position, yes?
I believe so. Looking over to Zingba, looking for servers, and are you aiming to work for a afternoon or evening schedule?
Well, either is fine. I still have to have times for arcane studies. But yeah, I'm good with people. She's trying to flash a smile.
Can I insight that?
Yeah, go ahead.
The first time we're gonna figure
Call
out
it
if someone's a
insight.
freaking liar.
So, you know she's good with people. She has been very happy and cheerful every time you've seen her. She's just very stressed out right now. You just don't know why.
I ask to see why you are needing a part-time job?
Of course. Well, with the old man, you know the old man, the high wizard. He's a lot to handle, and this would be a nice way to get out of the house, so to speak. And in talking with,
I imagine something a little more on the scale of normal.
yes, and I love to meet people. It's just, he's just grumbly all the time,
Yep.
And I can certainly do some serving. I'm very good at carrying things, even though I'm very small.
Of course.
So I have two questions.
Okay.
And I just blanked on one of them. The other one. Now you said that you need some time away from the tower, and you still need some time for arcane studies.
Yes.
So is there a chance that you will need to be pulled away from from working as a server to assist in some emergency of some sort?
Well, if there's an emergency, we'll all know. This is the guild is closely knit, you know. But if that comes to time, I'm assuming that it'll be okay. Um, since the festival, everything's kind of calmed down, and stuff like that.
I would say, as long as we know ahead of time, that way we can see about ensuring that we are covered when those times do arrive.
Of course, I will let you know as soon as I hear. No, she's not lying. She's not trying to betray you guys or anything like that.
Of course.
She's trying to be as honest as possible.
I just like that idea. Right. Thank you. I'm glad to be here for this interview. By the way, could you please turn around while I put this knife in your back?
It's not yet, CG.
Had another one. It's gone. I'll pass.
Okay. River?
I am good. Sorry.
Okay.
Food just got done.
Oh, it's okay.
No worries.
Oh, good.
There really
Admittedly,
isn't.
we didn't have to interview her much because we already knew her.
Yeah. There really isn't anything for a server to show. You know,
Yeah.
no food or anything. Just, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you.
Oh, right. She does say that she's of the low pay,
Okay, so we have...
since she's already getting paid from the magic tower.
Right, which that makes sense. So we have one of each category
Right.
from each category.
I definitely would. Well, Lexori is going to, of course, kind of stand up and escort her out if we don't have any more questions.
Okay.
Lexori just kind of turns back, shutting the door first. Well, there's our first three.
Strong ancient. Go ahead.
I do think Ruby would be a good person, especially if we want to hire. She kind of looks back at her notes, kind of her little notebook in their hand. Dovio.
That'll be good for balancing funds. That'll be for sure. Though I will say, this is what I picked up most of all with Ruby. She has to deal with that wizard every day. And that is not a point against her. That means that she can handle potential rowdy customers.
Or just stress in general.
Exactly. So, I don't know. She seems like a strong hire, even if part-time.
I definitely think so.
Yes, though I will say, while we know that she can handle dealing with the wizard and people, that is to say, we haven't seen how she handles that stress.
A fair point.
Still,
Go ahead.
We don't know if she visibly shows her frustration or if she... I've got that, sort of.
Lexori is proficient in insight.
I mean, so am I, but my wisdom's also one of my lower scores.
It's their highest.
Sue. I'm just gonna. Strong pick. Stress may be a factor, and I think that's good for Ruby.
Or bad, all things considered.
Well, I meant we were done with Ruby.
Yeah,
Right.
we're done.
And that means we're up to our next 3.
So
Yep.
Din Jones, Hovrelia, and Wonderhoof.
Zingba just hears that name and his eyes just go flat. Like you have never seen him this disinterested in somebody.
Oh my god. Okay. So, let's go up to Den Jones. So Den comes in. He is. Is it here? Yep. Okay. So, I'm sorry. I'm tired. His skin is red, as usual. He has 2 horns on his head. He has kind of a parted hair, and he's wearing a chef's outfit. So he's wearing coveralls with an apron. Okay. And he greets you and goes, "Hello, yes, I'm Den."
Hello, Dan.
You didn't?
Oh, yes. I am applying for cook. I specialize in steaks and I'm sorry, I'm blanking. Me myself, I'm blanking. The person would not be blanking. More of sea things like shrimp, crab, things like that.
I see.
I've been doing this for about 5 years on the wharf. And now I'm looking for good work, so to speak.
I see. Now, you are looking for better work than what you have, yes?
Yes. So what I do each morning is I go out to the wharf, the pier, with my pot and a stone place or a makeshift oven, and the fishermen come by with a crab, and I drop the crab in the pot. It cooks it, and then I serve it up.
Interesting.
Yeah. I could do that with shrimp or crawdad or anything shellfish related.
It's shellfish then, eh?
Yes.
Now, how would you be with different recipes other than just the shellfish that you mentioned?
I can certainly learn. What kind of recipes? Excuse me.
That's a good question. What are we serving at the cafe?
So at a cafe, you would be during the day. You would be serving pastries, and that's pretty much it. Maybe some light things. At night, a pub would serve steaks, some hearty meats to go with their beer.
So we would be looking for someone like this for one of the night cooks.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so definitely one more for the bar. Go ahead and could you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Well, yes, I've been living here for a couple years now. Before that, I was in Soltal, traveling about and really not doing much with my life until I got here. I really just wandered for a while, you know, until I found a calling with this, you know. He points to the plate, which is not open yet.
All right. Shall we go ahead and sample, or do you guys have other questions? Kind of looking at Zingba and Luxord.
No questions from me.
Okay. So he opens it, and it is a crab with some shrimp and some seared steak. A very lightly seared steak. You all try it. It is very good. It is not the greatest thing, or really, it is not 5-star quality, but it is good.
I mean, given how he's been cooking this stuff, I would say if we get him a proper kitchen, he would work out really well.
Not bad. Not bad.
Like it. With
Yep, did it all in my pot this morning and kept it hot and ready.
I will definitely say, put you in a proper kitchen, and the quality could shoot up quite dramatically. And the pay grade you're looking for?
Medium, mid.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
sorry, I cut out. What was it?
Mid.
Thank you.
Excuse me.
All right. I think that's good for us.
Okay. Lex. She's eating.
All good here.
Or they're eating. Yep. Okay. He bows and takes his leave.
and once he's out, Zingbo will just kind of give a smile. Well, definitely someone for the night crew.
True. I'm personally not the biggest fan of seafood, but this was pretty good.
I mean, just because, he does mostly seafood, he does do other things. Plus, that's what we have 2 cooks on the night crew for.
I thought we had 1 cook on the day crew and 1 cook on the night crew.
It is 1 on day and 1 on night.
Oh, my bad.
It's okay.
I misread it.
You're good.
Right. What was I thinking? Well, still, he did say he was willing to learn, and we can't discount that.
Mm-hmm.
True. I don't know. I guess I just don't have a stronger read on him.
Roll insight. If you want. Okay.
That's a 3.
That is a 3. You just think this is some guy.
This is the best person for reading people.
Listen, I'm a wizard. I read books, not people. But yeah, that's good for me.
Okay. All right. Next is Hovrelia. I'm messing up the name too. Steelbuster, a dwarf. She comes in. She's wearing typical dwarven gear.
She comes in wearing half plate.
Almost. It is definitely leather armor. It is not. It is armor to be Satan. She goes, "Hi, I'm Hovrelia. Nice to meet ya."
Pleasure to meet you too. You're certainly dressed for a fight.
Oh, you never know. Somebody could just come up to you and, chirp you up.
It's true. I have had people just walk up and deck me in the face before. Never quite got the name of that Goliath. So, you are a skilled bartender, yes?
Yes. I've been doing it for a very long time back home in the mines, and I'm quite skilled and fast.
Skilled, fast. And what sort of drinks do you have experience with?
A pouring ale, of course, but also my own brews. Some very strong brew, and some lighter ones for some lighter folk, so to speak.
And the lighter folk will appreciate you for that, as he inclines his head. Zingba's not gonna lie to anybody. He is a lightweight.
Now,
who am I?
So,
Sorry.
You make your own brew, then? That's a pretty useful skill.
Yes, I make my own brew. We can, if you want, you can serve it up, but it's quite strong for dwarven ale.
Ooh, high-end stuff. I understand. Do you have a sample of this particularly strong stuff with you?
Yes. So she, at this point, she opens the plate up. Lifts off the lid. There is a stout of lager. She points to as her brew. In a clear glass, there is a murky brown kind of drink, and then there is a drink that is very, very amber, like light amber.
Razzle looks on over to Zingba and over to Luxori. I'll go ahead and I'll take the hard one, if that's all right.
Oh, okay. The stout.
Yes.
Okay. Roll con.
17.
Okay. You definitely feel it, especially after your last one. But it's been some time. It is very much like a blanking on the name now. It's a thick ale. It's like drinking bread.
Ooh. Ugh. He just kind of like takes a sip, kind of puts it back down. Ooh. This you can make a sandwich out of this. It's good.
Yes, thank you. Great coming
just
from.
stares.
What?
I have never heard anyone describe a drink like that. I may have to congratulate you on this for actually stupefying me.
Well, you can definitely taste the. God, I don't actually drink IRL. I can't describe drinks.
You can probably taste the barley in it.
Sure. Hey, you can taste the barley, and I don't know. It's certainly. Excuse me. It's certainly as strong as she says. I'll tell you that much.
Mm.
But like I said, very good. Very good.
Thank you. The other two, that is my signature drink. She points to the middle one, that's murky, and the other one is the one that's lighter.
We'll pause and you will look to Lex.
You
Do
go
you want-
ahead and take the lighter one.
Zingbo will reach for the lighter one,
Okay.
but then he will go for the murky one.
All right.
He's going to have to bite
Constitution.
the bullet at some point.
All right. Constitution.
I imagine he's gonna fucking
Oh,
die!
Fucking dead. So, what you taste is, it tastes like potato, and then it gets really strong, like a whiskey.
He will.
She, the dwarf like laughs. That's my tater whiskey drink.
He will cough as he drinks this. Like,
Yeah,
not
you
like
should,
right into the drink, but like when he finishes drinking, like he will pull the mug away and just like cough. It's like, oh.
Yeah, that's a sipper one. That's one you sip.
I'll remember that.
Razzle just kind of elbow Zingba, or at least in your case, smell.
You shut up.
And Lex will take the amber.
Yes.
Alright, you drink it, and it is actually kind of good. Even if you don't like beer, it is tasty.
Would you like me to roll con for that
Nope,
one?
no con. It has barely any alcohol in it.
Heck yeah!
I think we're all satisfied with our drinks.
Mhm.
How are you with bouncing?
Oh, get the toughest man on me, I'll kick him out.
Zingba just Zingba will just kind of look at him and just stare. It's like, did you really have to ask? She walked in here dressed for battle.
I just need to hear it, okay?
I mean, that's fair and all.
That's fair.
Go ahead.
She's just laughing like, it's fair. It's gotta ask.
Well, you want a bouncer that says, I don't know if I can take the biggest, drunkest dude in a fight.
Mhm.
He's not. I think. Do we have anything else to ask?
Apart from one of the other mandatory questions. Ah, yes.
Hmm.
Do you have any particular flair or style you like to mix or make drinks in? Something a little fun for the crowd?
Oh, you mean, well, I don't really shake it up as some people do, but I can, she like demonstrates, she takes out like she has a bag with her, and she takes out like 10 mugs and holds them in both of her hands, and she's like, I can fill all these up in 2 seconds.
Zingbo will just raise his brows.
That's efficient.
Yep.
And quite a feat to witness, I might add. Well, and I suppose, what pay grade will you be looking for?
The mid paid grade. It's fine.
All right, mid-pay grade. That's about it from me.
Okay.
Lex, Razzle.
I've got nothing else either. Thank you.
Thank you.
I've been thoroughly impressed as is.
She gives a nod and she takes up her stuff into her bag and leaves.
Well, I like her moxie.
I have a sneaking suspicion that if we hire her, we're going to be getting a lot of the hard drinking types. But I definitely respect the craft. Anyone who works on their own drinks automatically gets a thumbs up from me.
Bro.
Plus, she was a dwarven bartender for what sounded like a dwarven crowd. That can't be easy.
Mm.
Though, high alcohol content could be a factor.
It caters to a specific group of people, so I think we should keep that in mind.
Yeah, it seems like stronger drinks tend to be lean toward a more working crowd.
Agreed. It'll definitely be a decision on how we want to, because we got a pretty good idea how we want to do the cafe, but the bar is a little bit more up in the air.
Mm.
Yeah. All right, let's bring in the next one. And he will say this through gritted teeth.
I'm guessing you're not the one to say next.
No.
I'll
Okay.
poke my head out. Next.
Okay. As you sit down, like literally you go next and you go sit down. As you sit down, bursts in this satyr. He goes, "Yes, it is I, Wonderhoof."
His eyes twitching already.
Like Tori will pat Zingba's arm.
Nice to meet you, Wonderhoof. So tell us, why are you interested in a server position?
Yes, well, I love to serve. I love meeting new people and, giving them what they want.
Which would be?
Well, pastries and such, yes.
Well, that is what they would be ordering during the morning and early afternoons, we would hope. Yes.
Yes, so I will give them pastries or their drinks or anything in a timely manner.
All right.
And go ahead.
Nope, go on.
So you consider yourself a people person then?
Yes, yes.
I see.
I talk with all the animals in the wood.
Oh really?
Yes.
Thanks back to flamingo problem. That is good to know.
But those are animals, and, well, people are a different animal altogether.
Can can I roll insight on this man?
Sure. Also, what are you trying to figure out?
I kind of want to see 9. I just kind of want to see if he is actually that full of himself, or he's just kind of like trying to put out confidence.
Both? He's full of himself, but he's putting on an act.
I see.
Also, you didn't roll high enough, so you just think he's very charismatic. And he
Fair.
is.
Let's see. Okay. Do you have any issues with hours, like, or previous obligations?
Well, I just live in the woods, so, I mean, I don't have any problem with hours.
Okay.
How are you at dealing with high stress situations? Because there may be times when we have a large influx of customers, and there will, of course, be those who are impatient.
Well, they don't call me Wonderhoof for nothing. I'm very quick on my feet, and I work fast.
Speed is pretty good for a high stress situation. I'll give you that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll look on over to Lexori. You got anything?
Lexori is still overwhelmed with personality and is just jotting down notes.
He, give me a perception, Lex.
Seven.
Alright. You could swear, but you don't know, that as soon as, like, you lifted up your eyes from your notepad, he gave you a wink.
Lexori immediately looks back down at the notepad and goes back to scribbling words.
Fucking incite this guy myself!
Well, you don't know that. Only Nyx. And Lex doesn't even know if it was a wink or just a blink.
I'm honestly trying to think what questions to ask for servers.
Right. I'll be right back.
Go for it.
I mean, seems like a good time for a break.
Yeah, I could use a water restock. This guy's too much. We all need a $5.
We still have 8 more to go through.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not saying much, because I'm trying to go through it faster. So I'm just taking notes.
I mean, sometimes, good questions, can come from any of us. Like, because I know I'm probably gonna run out of something. Oh!
Hey,
And I
man.
just thought of a good question.
Good. Because honestly, I got nothing for servers.
Well, if we look at it, they're one of the few positions where they would have to work more with others, coworkers. How well do they work well with others in their same position?
Agreed.
Because let me tell you, servers can be a little competitive. I would know. I work in a restaurant.
Well, I definitely would say that this is a restaurant that has, decent pay and not live by tips.
I imagine
A
they would
fair
still have
point.
I still imagine that they would have to go by tips at some point.
They probably get tips, but I would still think we would pay them a decent wage rather than
I like
servers make now.
I like to think that it's a fantasy world where the entire concept of tips doesn't exist because tips are a scam. you obviously should tip your waiters, but that's because the system is geared to totally screw waiters if you don't tip them.
Oh man, we had one of the nicest waiters when we went to Cheddar's. Other than the fact the food gave my husband food poisoning, uh, we ended up tipping him $30, and it's just because he was a great server.
All right, I'm back.
All
Also,
right.
tip your waiters.
Absolutely.
In this world, I will say, people are well paid. You are going to well pay your people. But tips are given. Tips happen. It's whatever.
Yeah, so there would still be a little bit of a competitive thing going
Yeah.
on.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I
Zing-
just thought of something. You guys can ask if anybody's met each other on the list. Like, if Wonderhoof has a problem with anybody on the list.
that is a
figure-
good point.
It is a good point, but I also kind of figured that we would have probably heard that if they all saw each other in line, if it was really that bad.
Okay,
Yeah, that is true.
that's true. They're all in the same room, so it's whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But Zingba will ask the question that I was discussing with the group earlier.
Oh, what is
So depending on which shift you get,
Mm-hmm.
you may have to work with another server. How well do you work with others?
Well, I work great with others. I work great with everybody. Everybody loves Wonderhoof.
Give a straight face! You know this guy has got something shady going on. Nobody is that insufferably happy. Unless they're Warfist.
So he works well with people. He
Yes.
certainly puts on a charismatic face.
Mm-hmm.
He could potentially solve our flamingo problem.
You have to
Anything else?
speak of it.
Assuming that the flamingo problem is a problem to begin with.
It's a problem with Razzle.
It's a problem with me. Apparently.
But also, you should ask if he
I
can.
realize these flamingos, though, would not be pink. They would be a cute little fluffy white flamingos.
They're like lightish pink. There are some shrimp and krill that make it down the way.
Okay, fair.
Yeah. But yeah, you should ask if the flamingo problem, if you want that done.
I'm okay. I was honestly just joking around.
Okay.
Any other questions for Wonderhoof?
Apart from pay grade,
He goes. He goes. Yes, I pay. I expect the mid grade pay.
okay.
I do. Wonder what's become of the place since I've last been there.
You've been there before.
Yes, I was a server there actually.
We can definitely tell you it has been remodeled and no longer affiliated with
Oh,
past businesses.
of course. That's good.
All right. I think it's good to know. Actually, I think is everything. Yes. looks to companions.
I believe that is the case.
All right. Wonderful flourishes up as he gets up. He does the twirl, bows, and as he's bowing, like he's stepping backwards towards the door. Thank you, and I expect to hear from you soon. And he steps out the door.
Okay, I think we looks at. I think we all know the opinion of one of our number on this gentleman. Looks out over to Zingba.
Okay. If I may give a more thorough explanation of my feelings on this, you all know damn well what I am. I am a charming smile with a knife underneath. I am a gambler, I'm a liar, I'm a cheat. Nobody has a smile like that and isn't hiding something.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't really get so much hiding something. I think he might just be full of himself.
What was that?
I think he might just be full of himself.
That too.
However, points in his favor, because I have to try and be impartial. He did claim he was good with people. He does bring a great energy. And although I doubt very much that he is, quote-unquote, good with everybody and everybody loves him, one can hope that some of that is true.
I definitely think your personalities would. They try to think of the correct word. Clash? And don't think that, that would be very good for our time when we are there.
Say that again? My, here, headphones cut out for a sec.
I don't think your personalities would mesh with each other very well.
Perhaps not, but I can put on a good face, as all of you well know, and I am always more than willing to bite the bullet to try and so that the business can flourish.
Yes, but as owners, we have to enjoy our staff as people too.
Just because he works for us doesn't mean I have to be friends with him.
I never said friends, but you want to still like a person.
If I may, we still have 5 other individuals to go through, and right
getting late.
now. Sorry.
I'm just saying it's getting late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we pick this up next? Or are we above game getting late? Should we pick this up next time?
No, we're okay. We're okay.
And we can, like, if need be, we can side session the rest of the interviews.
We're gonna skip Reiko and Dulara.
Okay.
Reiko, just to bring in, she is a vegetarian. She makes vegetarian meals. They are good, but not great. She is of the low grade.
Okay.
Okay.
Dulara is an elf. She's okay at drinks. She's not very good. She's not very strong. And that's about it.
And what's her grade?
Low.
Okay, good to know.
So far, really, it feels like the strongest contender for the bartender, at least to me, is Doviel.
Same.
Oh. Okay.
Well-
If we go with Doviel, then we could hire Ruby, unless there's another low grade server.
Yeah, I have a sneaking suspicion there's going to be another low-grade server.
Mhm.
But should we bring in Ersa?
Let's see. You could do Ersa or Ciro if you want a cook or a server. Or you can do another bartender. Which of the three?
I think. Well, we need we need 2 cooks, and we don't even have 3 servers yet. I think bartender. I still would like to talk with Gusso, honestly.
Okay.
But
Alright.
we just need to kind of cover ground.
Okay.
So
So what?
what do you guys think?
I can go with that.
Let's
Okay.
knock out Cook first, because we kind of we'll leave Gusso for the last, because
Okay.
we sound like we really like Doviel.
Yeah.
I'm kind of not entirely sold on any of the cooks so far. I'd like to meet Zero.
Okay.
Well, I'm not saying no to them. I'm saying,
Right.
we like Doviel, but that's about
Right.
the only one I think we can all agree on.
Alright.
Yeah, and for cooks, I will say that the 2 that we interviewed so far are great. For I would say long term, because they would probably have a lot of room to grow as
Right.
in their respective places, but we don't know what the other 2 are like.
Okay. Like I said, Reiko is just a Kinku, a vegetarian, so that's what you're getting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So-
again, not sure about a vegetarian cook, because we do need to cater
and
to
her
a
pay grade was low, so that's why.
yeah.
So let's bring in Zero.
Okay, Zero. In walks in a man with ashen skin, long blonde hair, in a suit, very, very tight suit. He has pointed ears, of course, of the elf. Blue eyes, and with a red tie. He bows to you and goes, "Yes, I am Zero. Zero Ismet of Rainier's Guild."
Rainier's Guild. Afternoon, Zero. You are here for the cook position. How experienced are you with cooking?
I am very skilled at cooking. I have been cooking for a very long time. 20 years. I was cooking in the palace of the guild house palace back in the capital city.
Oh. All right.
That's impressive.
Mhm.
And what sort of meals are you adept at?
He's not. He's going any kind of meals that pique your taste buds. I can cook steaks. I can saute. I can run a kitchen. If you need a head chef at some point, I can cook anything.
Anything. Okay.
That's pretty interesting.
Well, definitely a lot of points in your favor. So, what got you interested in your profession?
The taste of food. I like to mess with the taste of food and see what beautiful images come to mind as you eat.
So food for you is not just a necessity, but an art. Something to evoke feelings, or... Okay. An artist, I can
For
respect that.
Lexori, I want you to roll insight.
$11.
Alright, so you know that this man, while he claims to be an elf, does not look very elf. You just can't pinpoint what race it is.
Did he... Sorry, go ahead.
Lexori kind of peers up from their tiny little notebook.
Mm-hmm.
All I think of is like the Blue's Clues notebook. Lexori's just furiously writing.
We're drawing in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's probably tons of doodles.
I can only imagine the Wonderhoof one is just a doodle of Zingba trying to stab him.
Probably. Definitely. Lexori looks at Ciro. You said you're from Rainier?
I am
Rainier's
from...
Guild?
Yes, Renew's Guild. She hired me on to be a cook for the guild house. However, I feel I need to expand my horizons.
Do you know of peers back down, looks at name again? Doviel.
Yes, we are comrades.
So you would say you would work well together?
Yes.
Looks over at Zingba and Razzle. Razzle's name is apparently absolutely escaping me today. That is like the third time I've blanked on it.
Looks over to Zigba and... Small goblin child.
Say that again?
Looking over to her companion, Zingba, and... Small goblin child.
Razzle would definitely be on like a booster seat of some sort.
Razzle's gonna look... do you have anything for us today?
Of course. And he lifts up the lid and it is a 5-course meal. A steak, some mutton, some lamb, there's vegetables nicely roasted. It looks very good.
Lexori will be the first one to kind of take a bite.
It is like heaven in your mouth.
Yeah, Zingba will have himself a bite. And I imagine, like, this is the first time in a long time that he's had something this good.
Yeah, it's actually better than your guild house food.
I mean, I'm not just talking about the guild house, but his previous life.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, probably also same, like, Sori probably hasn't had something this good since being banished.
And Zingbo will actually look a little wistful. And he gives a light hum. It's kind of strange, really.
Be right back real quick.
All right.
So
I
this is
have a
kind of where I'm at right now with everything that we've seen so far. Like, there's no chance this guy isn't high grade.
yeah, I was gonna say he's
Yeah,
definitely high
I mean,
grade.
Rainier's guild are the high-end people.
So here's what I'm thinking, at least as far as cooks go. First of all, if we're having a cafe, you got to have good, like, reasons to be there, and good food and good drink are enough to save, like, if someone is a bad server, for example. Uh, so I say right now, what we do is we hire on Ciro and Orinola for our two cooks. Orinola can take day shift and Ciro can take night shift. Deauville can be a bartender, especially since they can work together. Uh, Again, assuming Guso doesn't blow us away. Uh, and that would leave Ruby for one of our servers, and then we just got to look for the other two servers. One of them will have to be low pay, and one of them will have to be mid pay.
Right.
Which is perfectly acceptable. We can all agree we don't want Wonderhoof though, right? I personally don't, because I think the personality could rub people the wrong way.
Yeah, above game, he's also a flirt.
And
And he's a
that kind
freaking
of
satyr!
I know.
you hush. I have a satyr character. I just haven't gotten to play them yet.
Fair enough, but okay, I will just say satyrs, in general, in both mythology and as far as I know, they tend to be very flirtatious individuals. They're like they're like the horny bard minus the bard.
And with more horns.
It's true.
Oh my god.
So this is my guess, by the way. I'm guessing that Cricket is our other low end, which for Razzle, obviously he's going to want to go that route to help a fellow goblin out. So
Right.
that would kind of leave everyone else on the table. But
Right.
obviously we haven't even gotten to Cricket. Man could have keys for teeth.
Yeah. And the important thing is with, the servers is that they have to be, at least decent or very easy or very malleable.
Mm-hmm.
They need to I mean, to be fair, a lot of the low grade people need to be malleable in some way. A lot like easily trained at some, over time. They need to get better with like I will say, like, points detracting from, cricket. They're a goblin. Most people are not used to goblins being you know what? I saw the movie earlier today while at work because my boss had it on. Most people are not probably expecting goblins to be Miss Congeniality.
Well, we can approach that if we need it, though suffice to say that if we want the two high chef, we need to have some low pay grades somewhere.
Of course,
And
like
if
that wasn't going to be a doubt in my mind.
Yeah, so it's also entirely possible that there are two more mids. Charlotte is Rainier, so that's probably a high, and then Cricket is our only other low option.
Right.
I will say that number one, glad to be back. Just in D&D in general.
Hell yeah.
But
You all.
yeah, this has been a nice. This has been a nice like coming back episode, I guess.
Oh, hell yeah. Just like something, I guess, slower paced in a way to kind of get us back into the swing of things and our characters. Like so in one of my other D&D games that I play, it's called a season of Intrigue. Kind of like all of our characters are essentially nobility in some way or shape or form. So we're all attending high society parties. Attending high society parties. First party, we had to solve a murder because someone got murdered in a garden. But otherwise, we're being somewhat highfalutin, snooty, and courting the ladies there in hopes of gaining their hands in marriage. Good God, I feel like such a fucking ass. And that's been fun and a different way of playing D&D, but at the same time, I also just wanted to get back to the I'm going to slice your goddamn face off sort of deal.
Hmm.
And that's not happening in that other game, because despite the fact that for whatever reason I decided to play a barbarian. Although
Okay.
now hold on, it works out because my character is a Leonin barbarian and he's part of a foreign dignitary group.
Oh, I see.
He is actually the best friend of the prince. So far, he has gotten into some shenanigans.
I believe it. You also probably got the prince into some shenanigans.
Oh no, the prince has pretty much encouraged some of this shit. Nothing I will talk about on stream because it is a bit of an 18 plus group, so stuff does get a little racy.
Fair enough.
Like, nothing is outright described, but some of the topics do get a little there, such as the fact that our characters hung out the night in a bordello.
Hmm.
It was a gentleman's night out, and they got fucking trashed.
This game.
Yes.
Yes.
I've been kind of listening in. Okay,
So-
you're with Zero. He serves you up this very, very beautiful food. Very good food.
But while composing himself, he does look like he wants to cry because this is the finest thing he's had in ages, and it reminds him of the old times.
Now, Zero, I have a question.
Yes.
You said you were a head chef previously. What is
No,
your...
I wasn't a head chef per se. I was a chef under the head chef at the palace.
Oh, I see. That was my misunderstanding.
It's okay.
But you are obviously very skilled with your craft. How would you do with teaching? Like, we are looking for 2 cooks in a position at the moment, and perhaps if you were on a shift with one of them, would you be able to help them improve if that were to be the case?
Yes, of course. I would love to teach people the craft of cooking. At least
good to know.
for working here, at least.
Yes, yes. Uh, I think I'm good.
They kind of peer back up from their note. And I would assume, since you're from Rainier's Guild, you would be of high pay grade?
Yes. Rainier likes to get high-end people.
But
so I expect
to be
the high pay.
But to be fair, as we have noticed, with Rainier's Guild, you do get quality for what you pay for.
Yes, thank you.
Zingba will nod his head.
Anything else?
I think we're good.
Okay. He gets up, he picks up his things, and he takes his leave. As he leaves, you guys notice that he was wearing a cape.
A suit and cape?
Yep.
Ooh.
Man, this guy fancy as hell.
He worked at the palace, so I understand.
Yeah, but like of the three of us, I feel like Zingba would be the most well dressed, and even he feels underdressed compared to this guy.
Excuse me. Lexori is royalty. My robes are lined with golden inlays.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. You said you wanted to skip Guso?
I think we'll skip Guso for time.
Okay.
We can come back to him.
I will say, Guso's a low grade. He would not be a good bartender.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and we'll nix Guso.
Yep.
So as we initially thought, he would not be good for the position.
Yeah.
All right. So then let's move on to the servers.
All right. So Ersa, the voiceless, in walks a black-scaled dragonborn female. She's wearing a nice gown of red color with some black trimmings. She goes, "Hello, yes, I am Ersa, the voiceless."
Pleasure to meet you, Ersa.
Yes, she gives a curtsy as she sits down. Yes, I am applying for server.
Yes. So let's get right down to it, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
So in order to be a server, there's a few qualifications that you would need.
Mm-hmm.
So most of them are unofficial qualifications, but nonetheless. So would you say that you're good with people? Would you be able to keep bringing in regular customers?
Well, I certainly hope so. I can talk to people and listen to people. I'm a very good listener. I can serve people well. I'm quick on my feet. Yeah. I'm not as loud and boisterous as Wonderhoof, but I try my best.
Moment she brings up Wonderhoof again, Zingba has tried to erase from his own memory. His face will scrunch.
She visibly goes, "Oh, I'm sorry."
No, it's okay. It's quite all right.
Wonderhoof certainly leaves an impression, doesn't he? But regarding your own qualifications, have you done anything like this before?
I've served in the guild hall as a server. You will know that she has done it, but you haven't seen her often in the guild hall.
Yes, we have seen you about here and there.
Hmm?
Um, and you're good in high-stress situations?
Well, I try to avoid it as best I can. And, try to calm people down as best I can.
That's all well and good, but sometimes the stress will apply to you because you would be in a position where, yes, you would be dealing with people, but you would be dealing with a lot of people at a time, potentially. After all,
Well, yes, that is fine. That is fine.
of course, I just wanted to clarify and make sure. Uh, Now, my own curiosity, I'm actually wondering about that epithet of yours, the voiceless. How did you get that?
Oh,
If it's
well, that's...
applicable, anyways. We don't want to pry where we don't need to pry.
Of
Well,
course, if it's a private...
that's a old nickname. For my youth, I was mute for a very long time. She kind of, like, looks
Oh.
down.
Well, I'm glad you're able to speak with us this day.
Thank
After all, you do seem like a charming young woman.
Thank you.
And-
Hmm?
Yeah, go ahead.
And I'll admit it would be nice to have another under the Forgotten Coats as part of our crew.
Yes. I've been hearing Darby trying to expand upon our group.
Yes, and hopefully we can do him proud.
Right.
Absolutely. Let's see. So you're fairly skilled at your work. You've got experience. You are from what you've told us, a voice of calm in potential high-stress scenarios, which is a plus for me. Is there anything else that you guys want to add?
I know we asked this of others before, and I feel like it might be fair to ask this anyway, just to make sure that we know it's said, and you would be good at working with others.
Yes. Very good.
All
Some
right.
people say I'm always good to lean on.
Noted. Do either of you two have any other questions?
I'm fine.
I don't have any either.
Okay. She takes her bow and leaves. Very quietly leaves.
Oh, we forgot to ask her pay grade.
Oh, it's low.
Okay. So, once she leaves, Zing will just look to the other two. We have to get her. I like her.
Yeah, I like her a lot too.
I agree.
Now, next on the list is Charlotte Waits.
Rainier's Guild, I think we can have...
Especially if we're already hiring too.
I will say
Yeah.
we will skip.
Yeah, she's probably a bit too expensive for us right now with what we're considering for hires.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But something to keep in mind for later in case.
Indeed. So that leaves Surreal and Cricket.
And it seems like we might already be doing well with Ruby, though the scheduling thing might be an issue.
It'll be fine.
I don't know. I get kind of a feeling from the ether that it'll be fine. So should we send in Surreal next?
Yes.
Okay.
And Zingbo will
Give me
go
one
and fetch the next person.
Yep. In walks. One sec. Okay. A bit crazy. In walks a person, you don't know gender, of a mixed gender, wearing very loose robes, very loose clothing, per se, baggy clothing. The immediate thing upon seeing them is large feathery wings. As they walk in.
Yeah, no, Zingba's raising his brow. This is a new one for him. He's never met an Azamar before, as far as he knows.
I will say, with your heritage, you have met Azamars.
Ah,
Okay.
just whether or not he remembers that is a whole other story.
He's from a long time ago, but you have met them.
Zingba will nod his head as he takes a seat. So, Surreal Shepherd.
Yes, I am Cereal. Call me Cereal.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am. One sec. Can you tell I'm tired? Anyway, I am from the Forgotten Goats Killed. I was on the Burko's ship, Captain Burko's ship, for a long time before coming back to port and deciding to stay on land. You know.
Yes,
Being
I can understand that. I much preferred my ground to be solid and not potentially able to sink under my feet.
Yes, well, I don't have that particular problem, but the seas were a bit rough last time we went out. And I've decided to stay home.
All right. Well, let's start the battery then, shall we? So would you say that you're good with people? Like, would
Of course,
you be able to?
I got along with all the men and women on the boat. I helped the cook in the galley. I did a lot of peeling potatoes and giving people their food when it was time to give their food.
So you say you could help with prep as needed.
As needed, yes.
Okay. That's actually very good to know. Thank you.
Lex,
And I suppose
a river.
Yes.
How is Lex feeling about this gentleman who is half angel or somewhat angel?
yeah, because tieflings and Azamar would be like freaking, like, by blood they would be at each other's throats. They are mortal enemies.
I'm not sure if Lex has ever met one.
Maybe, maybe not.
Even if he wouldn't, your blood knows.
Yeah, but you also don't have to listen to your blood.
True, but, like, there is always that inborn instinct that it's hard to ignore.
I will say Lex has seen an Azamar, and a very powerful Azamar, but it was a very long time ago. And it's certainly not this person.
Lexori, I guess, would be very intrigued. More so curious than anything.
Okay. Okay.
So, you worked on the ship for a bit. Did you have any other similar positions that would help with a server position?
He tries to think back, and he's well, I helped out around the house when I was young. While I did have servers, I took it upon myself to do some work, so to speak.
You had servers?
Yes, I came from other countries that shall not be mentioned, and had servers.
Zingba raises his brow at that one. He has the feeling he's from the same country as
Insight.
him. I will incite the living hell out of that. That's a 19.
Yeah, he's from your country.
All right, so
Probably not from your area, but certainly
he's a fellow countryman trying to get the hell away from all that. He can respect that.
Yeah.
So, bearing that in mind,
Yeah, from LaMarche.
all right, cool. Anything else that we're forgetting to ask?
Just pay, I think. Did we ask about? They said they got along with the members of the crew, so they're good with people.
Yeah, so they definitely knocked out
People.
a couple questions in one shot.
His pay grade is mid.
Okay. Any other questions that either of you would like to ask?
I think I'm good.
Okay. He gets up. He spreads his wings out and gives a nice bow and gives his leave. Takes his leave.
What did you two think?
Seems fine. Nothing is exemplary, but like nothing bad.
Yes. But an Azamar is a rare enough thing that it could be charming in and of itself.
Right.
Though, and I know you asked a similar question of me earlier, Lex, how do you feel about working with an Azamar? Because, as I understand it, Azamar and Tieflings aren't exactly friends, naturally.
I've never met one before now. Honestly, I mean, I know of them, but I don't have any qualms.
I suppose that's good enough for me, I suppose, for now.
Look at it this way, Zingba. Both of them were civil. We know Lexori's side. Both of them were civil enough to not only have a job interview, but if there was a problem with if there was a problem with an ASMR working on under Tiefling, they probably wouldn't have applied in the first place. So I'm gonna go on a limb and say that since we're all from kind of the same guild, that we're also Forgotten Codes, and that this interview didn't immediately melt down, that we can at least trust everyone to be professional and respectful, even if that's needed.
Lixori nods their head.
Then I have no more qualms.
Okay. Last one.
This brings us to our last interviewee, and certainly the biggest question mark for me.
Mm-hmm. Cricket. Cricket? I'll get into it. The door opens, and a small goblin comes in. He is wearing more of a rucksack. Not really clothes, per se. The rucksack tunic kind of thing.
Right.
He's very, very intimidated by the three of you. He's just like, I gotta do this. And he walks up and he takes a seat and goes, "Hello, I'm Cricket."
Hello, Cricket.
Hello, Cricket. It is good to meet you.
Yes. Razzle, roll insight.
Come on. You're not very good at this, but still.
11.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. I will,
11, I guess.
Yeah, it's 11. I will say he looks familiar. That's about it.
Have we met before? I feel like we've met before.
Yes. We met at the swamp. You freed me.
Right. Oh, I remember now. Oh.
Yeah, your friend disintegrated my friend.
Slow head turn.
Lixori buries their face further in their notebook.
Boy.
Yes. Well. We're not here to talk about that.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to say thank you for freeing Cricket.
You're quite welcome, Cricket. We glad to do our part. You're applying for the server position, yeah?
Well, you freed me, so I wanted to give servitude for those who freed Cricket.
Oh. Like, okay, out of character. It's like, he very much misinterprets what that meant.
Mm.
Okay. All right.
Well, no. I wanted to work for you for gold. Coin.
Okay. I understand now. It's fine. It's fine. It's just a unfortunate goblin word translation. Yeah. No, I understand. Not set up with the guild. Okay, so we'll continue the interview as normal. He kind of looks over at the guys. Do you have an experience serving people? Like giving them food, bringing away plates, taking plates out from the kitchen.
Well, Razzle figured he could sweep and yeah, do that. Take people food. He's done that. He took the orcs' food.
Okay. Did you, would you consider yourself a people person? Like you get along with people very well?
I I I remain in corner and hide and not cause issue.
I see. Only when needed then.
Yes.
Okay. And, what kind of, pay would you be looking for?
Low.
Pretty low
Cricket knows he's not worthy of gold.
Razzle just kind of pauses at that. Okay. Cricket, I appreciate what you're trying to do here. I just want to say that what you did coming here, it took a lot of guts. Go to my book.
Uh-huh.
Are you staying anywhere by any chance? Like when you came into town?
Under roof. Under places. He kind of like shifty eyes. Like you can tell, it's not any place. No ends, but he hides. Essentially.
Okay. I think I get the picture here. So he's the last one, right?
Yes.
And like everyone else has just kind of gone home.
Yep.
Say, Cricket, you're pretty good at you said you're pretty good at hiding. Tell you what. Why don't you hide outside in the other room for a little bit? I want to see how good you are at hiding. We'll give you like 5 minutes just in case, and
Okay.
I'd like to see if I can find you again. And just to kind of get a good idea of how good you are at hiding.
He like he thinks, and it's really hard to process for him, but it's like okay, and he leaves the room.
Razzle immediately turns to the other two. Okay.
Oh,
I have opinions on this matter. I have a lot of opinions on this matter.
I would be concerned if you didn't.
I want to hear you guys first before I go into it.
I feel like, as he is now, he is very ill-suited. He understands the concept of what we need, but he needs to understand that hiding away is not how we bring in guests, and that's what we need someone to be, someone who can, when a guest comes into the cafe, they'll know that they will be waited upon with a smile, with a charming smile, and what else am I trying to say?
Hospitality.
Yes. And the hiding thing does not quite help, especially if they're going to end quoting them, staying out of the way.
Lexori.
Lexori kind of clears their throat. First off, my bad.
Well, it was a different situation then. We were trying to survive. and that one was coming down on you horseback with trying to stab you. You did what was necessary, and brilliantly, if I might add. But I will admit, it did make that being one of Cricket's friends is a little awkward.
Second, I don't think it would be a good idea for ours, but maybe we could find him a place in the guild somewhere.
That might actually be something interesting. And also, if I may say, I know it might be difficult, but I do feel like he would need to learn a lot about self-worth.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright. So, like, sorry, you kind of hit the nail on the head where I'm with this. I don't think he'd be a good server for us, but I clearly want to help this guy. So here's what I'm going to propose. We'll go with, uh, unless anyone has anything against it. I think we have our picks for hires, which is, I'd like to get this out of the way first. We'll pick up Orinola and Ciro for our cooks. We'll pick up Doviel for our bartender. Ruby, Ersa, and Suriel for our servants. Okay? Does that sound good?
I see no reason to disagree. And as we expand, we can come back to those who haven't already found a new job and see how they stack up against other new recruits.
Like, sorry?
Uh, Lixori kind of just shows off the notebook that's kind of scribbled all over random doodles and shit. That's what I've been getting at.
All right. As for this individual, Cricket, I think we should. My hope is that I'm gonna see if I can spend. It can be just me. It could be all of us. Figure I could probably take point a little bit. I'd like to see if get him kind of integrated into the city if possible, and then work him up a little bit. And if he still wants to, because he wants to pay us back, is what he wanted to do.
Of course.
So we'll see about. I'd like to see about improving his life first, and then getting him a position.
Right.
Like, okay,
And if I may say, work with him one-on-one for a little while.
that was
He's
the
a
plan.
goblin. You're a goblin. He will likely trust you more than either of us because, well, we all know what happened with this friend.
Yeah.
And I am Stonehands. So there is a little bit of that reputation.
All right. Well, I think our 5 minutes is passed. I'm gonna go see if I can find him.
Alright, roll perception.
We'll help you.
Nine.
Okay.
21.
16.
Alright. Razzle with the 9, you don't see him. Zingba and Luxori, you do see him. He's like cowering under a chair.
So Zingba's is going to pretend not to notice, but he will kind of subtly gesture
Okay.
to say what?
Yeah.
He'll subtly gesture to Raz.
He'll pick up the cue. He'll nod.
Mm-hmm.
He'll go. Well. Cricket, are you still here?
Yeah. Here. He-
Oh, there you are. That was some
Yeah.
pretty good hiding.
Thank you.
Here. So we did a little bit of talking, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we've got some good news and bad news. Okay?
Okay.
So the bad news is that as you are right now, probably you can't actually help us. But the good news is that we want to get you to that point where you can be at that position to help us. We'd like to see about making your life better.
He's like, he's like standing there, like nodding and understanding, but he has no idea. He's like,
Uh,
okay, okay, okay. Like he'll just follow you.
yeah. You know what? Here. Why don't we go have a chat with a friend of mine? He's a human named Darby.
Okay. Okay, okay. We'll do that next time, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
by all means.
It's
yeah,
late.
because this has been a like even if it was only just interviews, this was fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. This was real fun. How do you guys like the voices? The voices okay?
Yeah,
Yeah. Voices are great.
Thank you. How you like the mix of characters? They were good?
yeah, it was a
Good.
great batch.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked
I still love how you found someone who would grind Zingba's gears straight down.
yeah. Listen,
put
we in
another part
character
in
did
the-
not like Wonderhoof, but we liked Wonderhoof.
Uh-huh. Did not like Wonderhoof. No, Zingba did not like
Zingba's got his reasons, and they're
Mm.
most. and
How
they're
dare
mo-
someone outbard me?
It's not about outbarding him. He doesn't care about that. It's more so just like, I am suspicious entirely.
I'm a little sad. We couldn't hire the dwarf bartender.
Yeah, maybe
But,
next time. Maybe.
Yeah, I
later.
get that. We're gonna go high class for our food and drink first.
Mm.
And then bring in a little bit of the working class later.
Mhm.
Um. Yeah, I'm glad you picked who you picked. Overall, I knew Cricket wasn't going to be hired.
Yeah.
And you also knew that we were still going to do something with them.
Yeah.
He is now my goblin child.
That's why I
He is
threw him in.
entrusted to us.
I'm glad you picked Ersa. I didn't think you were going to be honest.
She had a
Uh,
great interview. Like,
yeah.
she was kind and courteous. She had experience. She was working with us.
Yeah.
I'm a little sad we didn't get to. I understand why we didn't, because we did have to cut a few out, and I know we couldn't afford Charlotte. I was kind of curious what her deal was, though.
Yeah, they didn't have much. Other than
Eh.
she been a bartender. But yeah. Yeah, this was good.
Yeah.
People,
Should we
Yeah.
do outros then?
doing outros. Yeah, I'm Jack the Questionable. I do D&D twice a week with Legends of Ambria on Thursdays and World's Largest Dungeons on Fridays. Razzle, you go.
Hey, I'm Razzle. I don't bring the dazzle. Don't make that joke. No, I am CG. You can find me nowhere because I don't care for social media, but you can find me here every Thursday for Legends of Ambria. You can find me every other Tuesday, every other Tuesday on Farting Tart's channel for the Curse of Strahd, where I DM. We'll be starting back up on the 25th, and every Sunday, we went through a change since we were last here. Every Sunday for War of the Shattered Sun, which is Exilia Regalia, where I am a wonderful lizard folk alongside another player, River.
Hi, that's me. You can find me over at twitch.tv/WickedRiver97, where I am getting finally back into some hello words, some sort of normalcy with my stream schedule. I know I have plans for next week. What they are, I don't know. I'll figure that out as I go. And I'm gonna pass it over to Zingba.
Hello, I am the player of the Bard Zingba, Snignix. You can find me over at twitch.tv/Snignix. I do streaming now and then. I'm trying to see if I can't figure out a new streaming schedule and of what. But last time I was reading through the the new Power Rangers tabletop RPG, and I will continue to do that next time. Be aware, there will be a lot of crunch. And you can also find me here on Thursdays. And that's it from me.
Okay. Next time we will have Sandman, who again is in my World's Largest Dungeon game. He plays Binwin, the dwarf barbarian of taking all of the traps to the face. Who knows what he'll play in this game? No.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, you guys need a fighter.
I mean, we just need someone who we just need someone who can draw attention.
That's you, Zingba. Anyway.
Damn it.
You walked into that. Yeah. That's it for me. Have a good night, all. And see you next week.
Bye.